Welcome back, everybody, to some more EU4 with me, Daniel, from Dan Has Fun. You may have noticed between episodes there's one big difference, other than the fact we moved 2 weeks ahead in the game, that we have a client state of Kabylia. So we were having a problem where we were expanding so much that we were going over our government capacity, and it was causing some major issues. So I thought, hey, this is an area of the map I hate having to deal with constantly. Why not turn all the Berbers, Algerians, and Tunisian culture groups into one client state? They have a development of 257, so I do get the powerful subject benefit as well, and it just seems to make a bit of sense. We're still technically over our government limit too, if we go in there. Yeah, our governing capacity, we're still 6 over technically, but that's minuscule in the grand scheme of things. We were about 150 over before. The other thing we can do is change. If I turn the sound on, there we go. Should now have nice, beautiful EU4 sounds. We should now, as a consequence, be able to change which culture we have promoted. So, yeah, we did have Tunisian. We don't need it anymore. We'll spend 9 to do so. We don't have any Tunisian provinces, so that's fine. And instead we can increase... Do we want Catalan or do we want Gascon? Because Catalan is essentially just down the east coast of Spain. Gascon... I doubt we're going to get more Gascon provinces. We already have Francienne as an accepted culture. I would say probably Gascon is going to be more useful. It's close. I don't think there's an inherently wrong answer there. Turkish is also tempting, we're just not there yet, so it might even be worth not promoting a 5th culture at all. And then eventually... Yeah, maybe we'll do that, because we're going to end up with a lot of Turkish provinces. You know what? We'll just do Turkish now. I've convinced myself. Done. So this episode, yeah, we have to move a lot of our troops over. We'll unpause. We did have to placate our new client state a little bit, just because of the amount of territory I gave them. They have told us of abolitionism, so the price of slaves has just fallen off a cliff. I'm fine with that. We don't really trade in slaves anyway, that's fine. It just named it after the first province I gave them. I wanted to make sure a level 7 fort province was what they had as a capital, because then it gets boosted up a stage. So they should be more defensively viable. The other thing that's tempting to do is to make them a march, which means you can't integrate them, but I don't really have any intentions of integrating them anyway. If they ask to be a march, we may well just say yes and make it happen. Marches don't pay you any taxes, but they get a lot more military capacity. And if we go into the ledger by country, we actually want to go military. Let's go military armies. They don't count as our allies, do they? That's a little bit annoying. We'll just go alphabetical instead for a second. Our client state here has a land force limit of 50. So they could have 50,000 troops if they wanted to, which, for context, is the same limit as the Holy Roman Emperor right now. But they have no manpower. So it's going to take them a little bit of time to prepare, essentially. The other reason why I wanted them is that if we end up in war with Western Europe, that includes the Dutch, and they have a very annoying big block of land in Guinea. And I'd rather have a vassal or a client state or an ally have to deal with that, and this increases the odds of them attacking up here, dealing with my vassal, as opposed to having to, deal with them wrecking my land. I don't know. There's pros and cons to doing it. It just seems more fun. And we don't... Like, if we are going to end up becoming Rome, we don't need any of that land. We need Fez, which is over, what, here somewhere. Yeah, there it is. But we don't need any of this. Technically, we don't need any of Egypt either. We could totally give that away to a client state as well. But an Egyptian client state would be dangerous. There's a lot of development here. There's not a huge amount of development in this part of Africa. Capital with a 25 is not bad, but by and large, development's pretty mediocre. The Egypt area has a lot of high development provinces, so that's a little more scary. So we're probably not going to do that. Also, why are they all clumping here? Can we get a move on so you don't attrition each other to death, please? The downside with having such an enormous empire at this point, moving troops around just takes an eternity. And I could use my transports, but I would have to... I'm moving so many troops, they'd have to come back and forth like 4 times. It's still not worth doing. We should, if we have time, though. Let's go into... We have more money than we can shake a stick at. We essentially want to just have more and more army limit at this point. So anything that has any capacity to do this, we might as well. Some of these are only going to give us 0.2, but it's still worth it. There we go. That'll help us with our limit. What is our limit now that we've created a vassal or client state? We're still way within it. Okay. You're going to hear me say vassal and client state interchangeably. They're not technically the same, but they're close enough that it doesn't matter. We could also go for military tech level 25 whenever we're ready. We probably will do that right before we declare war. Oh, our parliament passed propagation of state religion. Awesome. That's just another missionary. Let's get that done. All of these provinces are already converted, so our client state should be pretty stable. Which is definitely something we want. We don't want to have to babysit the client state. The whole point they exist is so I don't have to babysit them, right? And I put them in that powder blue, so they're very, very distinctly different to any other colour on the map right now. How many troops do we have in that stack? That's a 50k stack. That's... Why are you guys not moving? Where's my transport fleet? I'm just going to move them via transports. It's fine. I have 86,000 worth of ability to move. Let's move those 2 stacks first. This 50k stack can now come up. Where will you not get attritioned? 52? Done. And 1 stack of you absolute idiots get over to this province without ruining everything. We'll see. I do want 1 stack down here intentionally. The 41,000 here is genuinely something I want to have. In case the Dutch end up coming up here, we need to have a stack. Grand Ball in Roma. That is not worth it. 900 ducats for 5 prestige? I say no. I know we have plenty of money, but still, that doesn't make a lot of sense. Do we need to upgrade any of our fleet ships? Nope. They're mostly healed as well, so that's awesome. Let's have them slowly wander up towards Nantes, please. We should probably stop drilling if we're going to be declaring war soon. You're going to be in Constantinople. Let's see if you can make it there without being stupid. These 2 stacks, get on that ship. And you're going to come over to your capital in Roma, which is still got a level 1 fort on it, which is funny. We have way more forts than we'd ever need, but mess, fine. Spain just ate Morocco. Doesn't really matter. I don't even know where Luwu is. Oh, they're a Malaccan vassal. We don't care about any of that. I was going to say, if it's a British or a Portuguese vassal, that would be a very, very different issue. But it's not, so we don't care. So we now have a... Yeah, we have a vassal and a client state. Armenia is our vassal. We should be able to get them to eat Georgia pretty easily. The problem we have with the jam is that they're allied to Russia. So even though they themselves wouldn't be very difficult, we're not ready to deal with Russia right now. We're just hoping that Russia doesn't attack Astrakhan while we're busy. They can't for a long time, but that would still be annoying. Or Novgorod, although Novgorod's more interesting because They're so far away. They'd be really hard to defend, huh? Anyway, it's fine. Well, that's a future Daniel problem. We're going to go sit our navy prematurely in the coast of Holland. We should have enough troops over here now where we can essentially do whatever we want. Now we're going to split this so we don't walk at the same time and attrition ourselves unnecessarily, and we're going to do that. And then once those two are in place, we'll start declaring. Yeah, I think we're reasonably safe. These guys still drilling is not a problem, because by the time they would be needed in a war with any European power, they'll be more than up to morale. You need some men. Yeah, we can do that. We have nearly 200,000 manpower, and somehow Britain has absolutely none. How do they even accomplish that? So the next question, which European nation are we going to attack? Because we do need all of this land eventually. If we attack France, it drags in Spain. Spain can't attack us until 1713. So they got about a year and a half before they can do anything. Ideally, we don't want to attack them in a way that they're not the co-belligerent. So if we were going to attack France, we'd actually want to have it in a situation where we can do this and click that box, but we can't because we have a truce. So we probably don't want to go after France first. And then the next question is it Provence or is it Brittany? Both of them would essentially bring in about the same level of problems for us. Portugal and Britain, I assume, would join both. Yeah, they would. So there's not really a huge difference. So I'm tempted to go after Brittany first because it's probably easier to protect that land than trying to keep a hold of the sieges in Provence. So I think that's where we'll go first. Are we happy with what we've got? We should go up to our tech level 25. Being ahead of time in this technology will give you the following bonuses for the next 18 years. Nothing. Cool, thanks for that insight. That gives us our opportunity to upgrade our cannons into either Royal Mortars or Lisson or I don't know how to pronounce that. Anyway, we're not going to pick it because it said Russian in it. And we're not Russian, so we're going to have the Royal Mortar instead. It does put a small tick on our morale, which is why I wanted to do this before the end of the month. And we should be good to go at this point. I'm going to have those mercenaries move a little bit closer just in case. But we should be fine. I think now we're good to go. Do we have a diplomat free? Yes, we do. Okay. So we're going to... There's going to be a lot of nations involved, but nobody here is that terrifying. If we really want to... So... We do have the opportunity, if we wanted to break Poland and Lithuania's alliance up, but I'm not convinced that's a good idea. Because if that was to happen, Russia would probably attack Lithuania. Lithuania would be protected by nobody, because we would be attacking the Holy Roman Emperor. So I think we don't want that event to happen. So we're not going to try and bribe Poland in. I'm fine with that. We have Britain and Portugal anyway. We don't really need Portugal, but I mean, they might as well do something. They have a lot of spare troops not doing anything right now. Do we really care what the war goal here is? Not really, so we'll go for the one that has the fort on it, because it's mildly more difficult for them to get back. Okay. Confirm. We're going to give the game a second. Now I can call Poland in. Wait. Okay. So... Interesting that Poland would now accept a call to arms without being bribed. I'm still not going to do it, but that's very interesting. Okay. Anyway, these two stacks are going to go after the Brittany stack, because they don't have any land worth considering over... I don't think they have any overseas land, do they? I don't see any. I'm going to say no, and if they do, then I'm sure one of my allies will deal with it. The Dutch fleet is being attacked by the British one. There's a 30 stack of Dutch privateers there. Huh. Interesting. We're not going to worry about any of that. We're just going to sit our fleet outside the Dutch territory and cause them problems. Brittany has got Burgundy to help, so we'll take a stack in there. I don't know how many of the Dutch troops are in the mainland. So I'm just going to move a stack over to a grass fort and see what they do. These 3 stacks can now come over towards Trier. Everything else can stay in place. Like, so we need to have some contingency around Anatolia just in case they attack us there. But we should be fine. Oh, okay, yeah, that's fine too. Trade fleets on trade fleets, I'm not bothered. I didn't lose any ships and they lost all 8 of theirs, so I'm good with that. Okay, that was a stat wipe. That was a stat wipe. You guys are the mercenaries, so I'm going to have you sit there and do the siege. Now, my vassals, I'm going to tell them that they can just siege. They don't need to be in battles, they can just siege things. Not that I think they're going to be all that useful, but we might as well try and do something, right? Who else is allied in? Oops, wrong button. Okay, it was that one. Yeah, none of these guys are involved in this war. So that, okay, so I don't have to worry about any of this land right now. That is a great shake of how things have gone. Okay. That works for me. Fresh core, delicious. There's the Trier stack. I have to be a little bit careful because this 31k stack has no general on it. I mean, we could hire one. I guess we might as well. We have the capacity. Distinctly mediocre, but better to have a mediocre general than to not have one at all. Another province is being converted. We're going to see that a lot for the time being, which I'm okay with. We need to get our religious... I was going to say religious standard, but that's not what it's called. Yeah, no, that's not quite what it's called. Yeah, it's not too bad at 79%, but yeah, we need it higher than that. Don't attack them yet. They have a surprisingly large number of troops there. So we're going to wait until we can combine them all together. And they're moving a surprisingly number of troops to the east. Okay, well that's fine. If you want to do that, you do that. I'm just going to move another... I'm going to move these 2 stacks temporarily a little bit closer. The 55k stack, where can you go where you're not going to get attritioned? Splatto, that'll work. Well, that's what I'm going to do to their troops. Hopefully I'm going to give them the Splatto. Not a stack wipe, but it did a lot of damage. That is... you guys didn't even get involved. Okay, so I'm going to use you... try and dissuade them from moving east. We might be able to pinch a move in the middle. The improved steam engine. We get 2 production in Saluzzo. Delicious. Ah, that's a mountain province. I'd really rather not attack them there. I'm gonna wait and see if they move. Meanwhile, I don't see any... Oh, Britain better not be claiming those. Oh, no, sir. Well, if that happens, that'll be mildly annoying. Do they have claims on this? They do, too. That's going to be annoying. Okay. Well, if that's the case, then we're going to be taking other land. Thank goodness your siege finished now, so you can get at least that other province. Didn't even think about that, but it's fine, because it just means we'll take some different land. Not a big deal, just mildly inconvenient. Have this stack come over, and yeah, we're going to try and pincer move them. More provinces, that's fine. We could get diplomatic tech 25, but I don't feel like it's really worth it. It gives us more naval morale, but we're paying a penalty to get it early. I do think we should attack them on this mountain. We should have enough troops to keep this from being a disaster. We will send our other stack in, though, as a precaution. Oh, Britain stopped sieging that one province. Okay, there's all the conscription centres. Yeah, they did oh, they moved back just in time. That's annoying, but fine. Fine, have it your way. The British are claiming that province, so I don't need to be there. I guess you might as well come over here. Are you at war with... Okay, we're not at war with Namur. Okay. And that is fine. So we may end up taking Burgundy, a couple of provinces of Brittany. We have some options. Oh, my. Where did all of these troops come from? Can we deal with this, please? Okay, well, that didn't go quite as well as intended. They still lost more troops than we did, but I didn't realize just how many troops they had in the east. Huh. Can we see how many troops they have down here? They have 25,000. I mean, that's not nothing. They're probably coming over to these British territories. Yeah, okay. Well, they're going to keep themselves busy then. That's fine. That's all that matters. Lithuania over here isn't really doing anything. So I may just be able to take one stack and go and clear Lithuania out. Let's take the big stack and do that. Completed the siege. Can we get over to Dortmund? Yes, we can. We're going to have these stacks go over to Dortmund as well. Got a furnace completed. That's awesome. The siege of Trier has been completed as well. You now start going into more Dutch territory, I think is the way to go. Yes, we're going to get quite a lot of attrition because I don't want a small stack there, but I think that's perfectly fine. Improvements in trade technology? Yeah, well, absolutely. We'll take more inflation on for more Diplo points. You ever have that event? More is always better. So much going on, the game's lagging away. Oh, the Dutch have rented Aaken's army. How adorable. Our mercenaries have finished with Burgundy. Where are they worth going to next? Might be worth them going straight for the Lithuanian capital. Oh, or we can get them down here first. Okay, well that works for me. Yeah, we'll have the mercenaries go towards the Lithuanian capital and we'll use our 55k stack to do a bit of cleanup down here. Because they have very rudely tried to enter our territory. Meanwhile, our new client state has 20,000 troops-ish. It's not terrible. Not amazing, it's not terrible. I have no idea where they're going. Somewhere stupid, probably. Can we get you to come down here? See if we can get them to go there. I don't really care where Armenia goes, because they're just going to be miles away from everything. There's the 8,000 troops, by the way. Not a big deal. But yes, it's nice that Lithuania's decided to bring their troops to me. They do have quite a large number of them. But they've split them in half, which is a terrible decision. Why are there 102,000 troops here? We don't need 102,000 troops in Dortmund. We're not at war there. Let's go to Karlenberg then. Don't get me wrong, I wanted some troops for protection, but we don't need 100,000 troops in one place. Oh, they're trying to run away. They're probably going to succeed. As the game is chugging away because there's just so much happening at once. Times of need. I don't need any help. Give me free prestige instead. They're just renting more and more troops from other neighboring countries that hate me. That makes sense that they would do it, but should be able to take this Lithuanian stack out before the other... Yeah, the other one's not even coming to help them. That's amazing. Yep, full stack wipe. Fantastic. Where are they running to? Georgiou? I should be able to attack... Oh, but it'd be over a river. So let's do it this way instead. Still could bring Poland in, but I'm not going to. Burgundy wants to peace out. Little do they know I want all of their lands. They will never do it at this stage, yeah. Although they're very, very close. But no, right now, can't do it, so it's fine. There's another Lithuanian stack over there. They have... where are all their troops coming from? How do they have 82,000 troops of that land? No wonder Russia's not gone after them. Where's this stack going? The Nikopol? Well, we'll generally pursue them in that direction, I guess. Alright, another converted province. Where are they going? They're going to... Can I catch them? I believe I can. Okay, perfect. Yeah, let's get another province to start converting. Burgundy would peace out now. Yeah, we're not giving... Whatever that is, that's not happening. Yeah, I couldn't claim that all directly for Burgundy, so we just have to keep waiting. I don't see any stacks in Western Europe that give me any concern whatsoever, so we can just keep proceeding as is. I've told them to come siege down here, and the client state's like, nah, dog, we're going to come into Europe for no reason at all. Okay, then. Sure. You do you, I guess. That Lithuanian stack was just wiped. We might be able to catch... Their war stats must be absolutely awful. Because the numbers... in terms of numbers, there isn't even a huge difference. We're barely losing any manpower, too. We had 200,000 at the start of the war, and we're at 189,000 now. The siege of Kameraljeek, I don't know. Kamerjeek place. That place has been sieged. Where is the rebel uprising coming? Ottomans and Bulgarians. Well, I guess it makes sense. So we'll take one stack, move it down here. The other stack, we're going to go sit near the war goal in case somebody tries to take it. Another Lithuanian stack has just been wiped. They should essentially have, yeah, a non-existent army at this point. Which they do. Let's go get that back. I'm hoping Russia doesn't attack them. Netherlands are no longer a great power. Oh no, woe is them. Oh, there's a Karlenberg stack. I guess we should go and dissuade them from sieging that. Or state housing. Awesome. The siege of Dortmund is completed. Is anything else at war up here with us? Yeah. Brandenburg is. Let's get one stack over there. There's nothing really else for us to sit on. So I guess we'll... Yeah, we can't get to... Oh, we can get to Overstrat. Okay, perfect. We'll siege that then we should be good. We shouldn't have to keep this war going for too long, which is excellent news. It means we can deal with Spain if we want to again. The State House. Oh, there's the stack of troops. That's actually a quite big stack. Is there anybody we do want to peace out that we don't want to get land from? Yeah, you're not on our borders, and you would peace out, I'm guessing, based on war score. I'm just going to white peace you out. I don't see the point in having you involved. Let's get you out of the way. We don't need to keep befriending our vassal at this point. That's okay. Dortmund wanted to be peaced out as well, and I don't want their land at this point in time. Let's just take war reparations. We don't even need to pillage them, it's fine. Do they have anything worth dealing with? I mean, they have an alliance with the Holy Roman Emperor, so we'll just break that because we can. Won't really have any net effect, but it'll annoy them, so that's something. The Siege of Vilnius has been completed already. Yeah, there's the Lithuanian army trying to rebuild. Good luck with that. Do they even have... Is that the only fort they have? They have to have more forts than that, surely. Well, we'll go siege Polotsk, given it's a vassal of Lithuania. This 54k stack doesn't need to sit here in attrition for no reason. This 45k stack can come sit there in case the Bulgarian rebels happen. This 54k stack is going to go sit on that dangerous other stack that's just sitting. Siege of Hanover is now over. That's the Holy Roman Emperor, so he probably won't peace out yet. We're just going to move this over to Ostfriesland and start sieging it out. Slowing the Dutch down would be great, just because then they might have rebels in their land down here, potentially. But really, no troops have come from the south. To the point where I'm pretty content to go back to drilling with that stack. Siege of Namen. What war score are we at with the Dutch? Only at 43%. I'm surprised by that. And they're not very willing to peace out. Interesting. Very interesting. Might as well spread these out and reduce attrition. Portugal is sieging Utrecht. Nope, there is a revolt. Well, isn't that disgusting? Let's take that stack out. It's only 18,000. Do I want to be here when the Dutch fleet breaks away? Yeah, they don't have any galleys. They have 17 heavies. And they do have a pretty good admiral. But if I can knacker their fleet, that will slow them down a lot. Yeah, I think that's definitely worth doing. As soon as the Siege of Utrecht is done, we can take Amsterdam and therefore force their ships to come out and play. Iron helps us play. Yeah, they're really the only powerful Western European nation outside of Britain and Portugal at this point. So if we can do some damage to them, the happier I will be. We also can see most of Russia from the last couple of episodes. So that's awesome. We still can't see much of Tibet because Shun won't show us because they're all stuck up about it. But, you know, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? We're going to send a spy on for Spain so we can try and make our life a little bit easier when we attack them in the near future. Yes, that explains what the next episode or two is going to be. Convert to Protestant. Just keep going. We're at 80% now. Been pretty much where we've been at for the last like 150 game years. Not terrible, but not as high as I would like. Shun had to give provinces to the Timurids? Huh. The Timurids beat on Shun. Interesting. Very interesting. How did that happen? Dum-dums. Oh, it's because they're at war. They ended up at war with Russia as well. Well, good luck with that, Shun. I guess the only way we could save Shun is if we declared on a jam. And I mean, that is something we could do instead of attacking Spain. We'll think about that after we've dealt with this. That's also a lot of troops in Lithuania. I'd really rather not have them hurt. It seems like a bit of a waste of time. I'd rather just piece Lithuania out. Like I said, I don't want to cause the major gremlins because they're the barrier with Russia. But they won't peace out anyway, so, I mean, there's that. Oh, Burgundy will give us everything we want before the war has ended. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, they'll just give us every... Okay, neat. Yeah, oh yeah, because, yeah, they think they're totally doomed. Okay. Thank you for those 2 provinces, then. We will start coring them now. Our overextension is at a terrifying 91%. But it will drop off very, very soon. And our governing capacity now, yeah, is way further down with now that we've given all this land to our vassal. Definitely think that was the right decision. This stack can go back to Rome, I guess, for now. Has Utrecht been sieged out yet? Not yet. 35% tick, so we're going to be getting there sooner rather than later. Okay. For now, then, I'm just going to sit. There's all the cores. I'm going to sit and watch my mercenary stack and make sure they don't get wrecked. Oh, there's the port. Okay, well, that works too. The Portuguese stacks come in to wreck base. And there's the British too. Oh, they do like us. They've come to help us. Even if it was really, really slow. That's adorable. Hang on. I didn't mean to click through that. Spain is supporting the independence of the 13 colonies. Well, that's unfortunate. Because that means if I don't declare on Spain, then there's a good chance the 13 colonies will declare on Britain, which will drag me into a war I don't have a huge amount of interest in. Okay, well, I guess that means we're going after Spain. That's sorted that out to the point where this stack going to Rome should probably come down towards Spain instead, ahead of time. How is Karlenberg getting all of these random free armies? It's some major BS, but what are you gonna do? At least the game stopped having its seizure. It's gone back to a reasonable level of performance again. Oh dear. Ooh, court and country. Okay, that's fine. Portugal's going to have more absolutism until the end of the game. That works for me. This 31k stack is sitting around doing nothing. It should come over and get ready for this war with Spain. There. Oh, that's not the naval fleet. That's just 3 random ships. Thank you for the 2 free trade ships, I guess. They'll probably get sank in the actual battle that should be coming in, but that's fine. Finally, the siege of Utrecht is completed. We don't need these 2 stacks here anymore. So they can also come down to Spain. Then our remaining couple of stacks up here will be doing rebel bopping, I suspect. Does anybody want to piece at this point? What? We must be at a pretty high score against... Well, I didn't mean to click Trier, but yes, they're at 99%. I meant to click the Dutch. 67% against the Dutch. They will definitely peace out willingly now. Trier doesn't really have anything I want yet. And they're too big to flip to Protestant, not that that really matters. I mean, if I just wanted to be a butt, I could spend 63 Diplo points and just split a province off them. But I'm not that interested in it, if I'm being honest. None of that really interests me, so I'm just going to take money off them and save the hassle. Oh, there are the Ottoman separatists in a place I cannot pronounce. Unfortunately for them, I have steel that I definitely can pronounce. I don't think I need this 45k stack here. We can use that for the Spanish situation as well. So you guys don't attrition. Can you walk in different paths? Can you be less stupid, please? There's the big... well, I say big. There's... okay, the naval battle. They do have pretty good naval stats, but they're nothing compared to what we've got. And they're relying on significantly less impressive ships. Also, what happened? Okay. That was weird, because this came up at the same time, so I was like, they aren't rebels. I mean, unless you consider everybody you're fighting against to be a rebel, I guess. They ran away without taking any losses. What a gigantic waste of time. They're going to run away over here, aren't they? Well, I guess we'll siege that out while we're at it. Annoying, but not hugely surprising, I guess. "94% war score. We're going to be able to get pretty much anything we want. We lost the siege of Vilnius, but I really, like I said, I don't really want to beat up Lithuania. That's not the goal here. Although it looks like other nations in this war disagree with that notion. Siege of Altmark is done, so this stat can also come down to play. Brandenburg. I'm gonna force you to switch religion, buddy. And the off chance that I get an increase in my Defender of the Faith. Unlikely, but every little helps. We're at tier 4. We need another 16 nations to get to tier 5. It's incredibly unlikely. But on the flip side, it also means if we lose other nations, we have more of a buffer, right? Rather than going down to tier 3. Can we complete this siege, please, so I can destroy the Dutch fleet? Or at least attempt to. They'll probably just flee to the African holding, but I'd at least like to try. Commissioning, okay. Province, there you go. Which province are you going to? Probably don't go to Bern because you'll get attrition. Go to Cantabria. I'm surprised that has 61 supply, but I'm not going to complain. Oh yeah, there we go. Now we're seeing Lithuania getting covered in green. Well, peace out now. I don't really want anything hugely from them, so I'm going to peace them out immediately. War reparations. I don't want them to give up claims in Russia. I want them to keep them. I definitely want them to keep their alliance with... I don't want them to keep their alliance with Kahlenberg. Poland, sure. Kahlenberg, no. This is annoying. We're going to have the mercenaries come down here to protect this area, so our big stack can go into Europe. "99% war score, so we're essentially just waiting for this one siege to finish. Come on, Dutch siege. Oh wow, this is going to be a long old episode. It's going to be a bonus. Oh wow, shouldn't have had to give a lot to Russia. Well, that's what happens when people don't coordinate with us. Ugh. Finally, the siege of Ostfriesland. Took them long enough. Now we're going to have that naval attack. Can we defeat any ships? I don't need any help, so no, I'll just take the free prestige again. We're almost back to 100. Might lose a ship or two doing this, but it's fine. They're going to lose a lot more ships than we are. Yeah, there they go. So we lost 1 heavy, gained 4 light ships, which we'll just give to another group for trading purposes. And they lost all of their ships. All of them. That's, well, all of them, it said. In reality, there's still 38 ships there. So, I guess all has a different definition in EU4 language. It's fine. These 6 ships, you're gonna go protect trade. I really don't care too much where right now. Let's have you go to, what? Alexandria? Sure. The remaining stack, let's just have you go back to port here in Malaga. And now that that's all done, let's piece the Dutch out. Oh, that's from Brittany, that's fine. Sue for peace. We want to take... Do we want to take any land from the Dutch? Not really. Do we even need any Dutch land for Rome's formation? Oh, kind of. So, we do need Zeeland, but technically that doesn't belong to the Dutch. We need Calais too, so that's going to be fun later. Other than that, though, they don't own... Well, they don't own any land that we want. Which is a little bit annoying, because it gives me no excuse to take things from them. We're clearly going to take a load of their money, because that'll make it harder for them to rebuild. You know what, hang on, we're going to siege piece Karlenberg out first. We could vassal the Holy Roman Emperor, which would be funny, but we're not going to. We could also revoke, but we don't need to do that either. We're going to force them to change religion, which will force it to be a new... Well, actually, no. Hang on. Don't do that. That's the one nation I don't want to change religion on, because then they'll get a new Holy Roman Emperor. We're going to break the alliance with the Dutch. Take as much money as we can. Get war reparations. I don't really need anything else. I'm just going to say that's fine. And then we're going to wait 10 days and piece the Dutch out. And in that case, again, we just want a ton of money. We do want to... If there's any really annoying alliance, we want to deal with it. But I don't really see any. That's fine. If we want it to be a real pain in the bum, we could release a nation. But again, I don't really see the point in doing that, so we're not going to. Yeah, all that's fine. I don't need any land from them. They're not allied to the Holy Roman Emperor anymore, so that's what I care about. You're very, very lucky that I'm very benevolent. And then Brittany's going to be the only nation left, and we just want to take 2 provinces from them. I don't want to give any to Britain, because I'm going to have to take that land anyway in the long run. And we're getting too close to the deadline, in case we end up wanting to go after it. We don't know yet. I don't even know if we want to. But I do want to have the option. I also could vassal Brittany, but it'd be a pain to feed. I'm going to have to integrate it at some point anyway. No, I'm going to say no on that one. We're just going to take the 2 provinces that I can. We're going to break their alliance with the Dutch as well, just in case, and send demands. Okay, that works for me. For a second there, I thought I'd accidentally made them a vassal, which would have been terrible. But I did not, thank goodness. Okay, well, that was productive. We got a couple of provinces out of Brittany. We got the rest of Burgundy. We're going to have to deal with Spain. We'll deal with that next episode, because this is essentially 50 minutes long. Hopefully you've enjoyed the bumper episode. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye now. Thank you for watching the video, and if you'd like to see more, feel free to stick around.